Kermit, I've got to say, I am loving seeing you in a kind of James Bond style kind of leading role in this film. Is that, would you take that?
Was James Bond ever in prison? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think of myself as kind of getting to do a little bit of an action role in this. Something I haven't done before. In order to prepare for that role, I watched all of Bruce Willis's movies. And when that didn't work, I just went to his hairdresser. And it seemed to help.
Ricky Gervais, I'm imagining that this job was a proper dream come true for you.
Yeah, it's not a job, is it?
I'm sorry, Ricky, I'm just going to sit back.
This is like fun. I'm a big kid and I can't believe my luck. I've been a fan of the Muppets for 30 years. I used to watch them Sundays with my family. And so yeah, this was a good call to get. And I didn't know this guy before. And now
you're like that.
He's one of my best pals.
That is right, yes.
Yeah.
We are buddies. You will give me your email address, right?
Yes, definitely.
Keep asking for it, but he does not give it. How are we supposed to stay in touch if you do not give me your email address?
The sad thing is, I think about him a lot, and I say to my girlfriend, I wonder where Constantine is today. Usually in a bag, but...
This is right.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm Constantine. What does it feel like for everyone to hate you?
Wow.
I don't hate him.
Ricky, you want to feel that one?
Yeah, that's usually my question, isn't it?
No, to be bad guy, it's such a tough question to answer. There is part of me that kind of enjoy being the bad guy and enjoy being hated. I was written that way. So what can I say?
Lady Gaga did a song about that.
Oh, yes.
I was written that way?
Yes, that is right.
I have to say, though, may I say, Connor, we don't hate him. It's sort of just the story of the movie. He's actually an old pal from the swamp.
Right.
Ricky's his best friend now. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
In the movie he's evil, but
yes.
I think doing this movie and meeting me is sort of thawed his little heart of stone. You see, he was born in a pond in Russia, one of 800 brothers and sisters,
that's right.
tadpoles.
Yep.
This is true.
Many of them dead, eaten by fish.
Right.
Yeah. Showing him love has made him quite a cuddly little thing.
Do not tickle me.
Connor, do you want to give the microphone to the man to the next to you? That'd be great, thank you.
Oh, I thought you were just passing out microphones to everyone, like as a gift.
Yeah, goodie bag.
Yes.
For a sing-along at the end.
Hi guys, fantastic film. Hi Ricky, hi Kermit, Constantine, everyone, James.
Yes, thank
you. Ricky, how did it feel, it's a bit of a controversial question, potentially being upstaged by Kermit and Constantine?
I knew it was going to happen. I knew from day one that, it's funny because the first thing that worried me in the script was a song and dance number. I'm okay at singing, I'm a failed pop star. I always sneak a song, and I wrote songs with David Brent, still doing it. I wrote a song with David Bowie for extras. I wrote a song in Sesame Street with Elmo, Simpsons. Dancing, a little bit awkward. And then I think, oh my God, I've got to do this. And then I remembered, it's all right, there's going to be a frog on screen dancing. They're not going to really be caring what you're doing with your clumsy little short legs. And so I got away with it. And it was sort of meant to be awkward as well. I love being upstaged by these things. I ruined a lot of takes. I laughed at them. Once I went, I'm in the Muppets. And cut. Yes, you are in the Muppets. Let's do that again. Yeah, don't say that though. I can't believe my luck. I'm a big kid.
And Constantine, are you worried about being typecast?
Well, the one thing that I'm really worried about is authorities catching up with me, and also my face being plastered everywhere. So I feel like I have to change career path. Maybe I will be an agent in Hollywood.
Ah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Does this sound good?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Anyone can.
Okay. I will do this.
Anyone.
Okay. Done. Don't throw the mic.
There you go.
I've got a question for Kermit and Constantine. What do you think about the fact that these days the word Muppet is used in a pejorative or derogatory fashion amongst us human beings? What's it like as Muppets with a big M to hear us humans say, "Oh, you Muppet," and hear it sound, used.
We're sort of like a rep company, you know. I mean, I'm not a species called Muppet. I'm a frog, you know. I belong to a group called the Muppets, and quite frankly, I see the point. You know, they're a little slow.
Yeah.
They're a little slow.
I think it's a term of affection as well. You call someone a Muppet when they made an error, when they're we all make mistakes, don't we?
Especially the Muppets.
Especially the Muppets, and that's why we love you.
Yes.
So it's a term of affection, you Muppet.
Yeah.
So you think it's appropriate?
Well, I think there are worse things to be called.
I've got a list.
Ricky Gervais, in the movie we see a journalist an Irish journalist specifically get paid off to give the Muppets good reviews. Do you think that's pretty reflective of how
Do you want some money?
I wouldn't say no.
Just say it.
I'm Irish, I'll say yes you have.
I don't think so. I think everything's heightened. I was with an Irish journalist yesterday, and he said about the flat caps and the old cars. I did an episode of Alias, right, that wasn't a joke a while ago, and it was meant to be set in a pub in Dublin, and all they were missing was a horse. I mean, there was straw, there was people taking bites, it was really smoky, it looked like the 1950s, but this is sort of heightened, so yeah, it's playing with stereotypes, if anything, but
There are horses in the centre of Dublin.
Are there really? Yeah, but in pubs?
Sometimes.
Really?
They run them. They run the pubs.
Wow.
In the movie you dance, and we kind of saw a little bit of David Brent in your moves. Did you invoke the character of David Brent for that?
That was a little, you know, I did that song and dance many times. I didn't complain once, did I?
You did not.
And that was a little ad-lib.
The rest of the dance is choreographed, but that bit is just pure Ricky.
and it's
That's his only move. That's all he can do. That's
exactly. Yeah,
dancing.
that's it. That's my best dancing.
James told us earlier that you might have been a little bit more difficult to work with than the gaggle of Muppets he had to.
He would never say that. He would never say that.
No, there is only one thing, particular character that was really hard to work with. Super difficult to work with. Everybody knows who it is. Let's just get it out in the open.
Well, we're not going to say your name.
An
introduction.
Right on cue, Pig.
My ears are burning. What are you talking about, moi?
Nothing happens.
Nothing. No.
Nice to see you.
Really?
Hello.
Hello, Ricky.
Hi.
Hello. Person over there.
Hello.
This is Edith.
That is Edith.
This is Edith. She's not with me, by the way. Not really. That's a nice hat, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Guys, congratulations on a brilliant film, and Piggy, wonderful to have you here, the Ultimate Diva, finally in the room. My question, I guess, is to Kermit and Piggy. I'm actually getting married next week, and I wondered, as one of the world's highest profile celebrity couples, if you had any particular advice for me, Piggy, perhaps my beautiful soon-to-be wife, and Kermit, for me as a soon-to-be husband.
I think I need some advice from you. And you're lovely, because you're engaged and I'm not.
Response, Kermit?
I advise full compliance. I think it's really the only way to go in a modern marriage. But are you marrying a barnyard animal or just like a human woman?
A beautiful human woman.
Oh, good. Well, yeah.
No
Still applies
complications there. Have you noticed that in the Muppet movies, when they get married and have children, it's either a pig or a frog. There's no hybrid, weird abomination. Hog or frig.
That's true.
We got 3 frigs to
the places you could go with that.
I like the colour swap. That's my favourite.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
This is a question for Ricky. I would like to know what is for you the true spirit of the Muppets.
I think trying your hardest and optimism. I think that the acceptance. I love that sort of not intentionally, but just that acceptance of difference that isn't even commented on, other than a good thing. You know, vive la difference. I like the fact that they struggle. I've always liked the struggle. I do it in comedy a lot. I think it's essential. I learned that from Laurel and Hardy. The beautiful thing about those was the fact they were precarious. they could fall at any moment, and I love the relationship. So I think that, and optimism. It's another thing I've always supported. You know, even someone like David Brent. I like David Brent because he made a fool of himself and then he got back up. And I think that's the spirit of the Muppets, which is lovely. And then it's fun deconstructing that for an adult audience. That nice little not cynicism but awareness of this magical world.
It's about trying your best, I think, in many ways. Trying your best is very important, and that applies for me not only to the characters of the Muppets, but also to our human stars. That I don't want you to be able to sing and dance perfectly. It's about trying your best, and that's really the most important thing to me. And that's lucky for you.
Wow. The real spirit of the Muppets is flawless beauty. Okay.
Oh, and that, of course, that as well, yeah.
James, can I ask you just, just taking aside our incredible cast of stars that we have here, but you have an amazing selection of cameos in the film as well. How do you decide that? How does that come about? Is that a script stage?
Yeah, I mean, it works both ways in a degree, but largely we write those roles in the script, and often we even write the name of this particular person. And what we find is that because there's a great love for the Muppets, people we ask tend to say yes, which is really rare. I know I've done it many times in other situations where it's very hard. So it's amazing where we write, a number for Piggy, and we want someone to sort of be her fairy godmother, her advisor, spiritual advisor about love and relationships. And you think, well, who would be amazing? So maybe Celine Dion, write that in there, Celine Dion. And then you phone her up and she goes, yeah, I'll definitely do that, no problem. And it's amazing. That never ever happens. So yeah, it's really like that.
The selection of Russian inmates is just the most
yes, it's an interesting crowd, isn't it?
Yes. Season.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I'm a little confused because Rolf speaks and Fufu doesn't. So if you can explain that. And also, just quickly, my wife and I have agreed that if we have a boy, we're going to call him Kermit, but we don't know what we'd call the girl.
You're not going to pin that on the poor boy, are you?
I'm flattered, the girl's name.
Whoa. I don't think you want to go with Piggy.
Fufu's just
somehow. Fufu's just a pet. She's hardly sentient. You
Exactly,
know?
yeah.
Rolf's an old piano-playing dog.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we need to explain that any further.
I think it is very obvious.
Done. Next question.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
What type of film you'd like to see the Muppets in next? You've done adventures, you've done fables, you've done Christmas carols. What do we see next? There must be a genre you all want to do.
Who are you asking?
All of you.
All of us. I don't know.
The best genre is obviously sequel. Everyone knows that.
That is right.
And as we know, films get better and better with every sequel. Rocky 6,
Grease 2.
That's right.
Godfather 3.
Sure.
My favorite.
So we're just looking forward to the next sequel, whatever it is. Muppets Less Wanted. We want that.
Sure, why not?
It can be literally anything. It doesn't matter because Muppets they don't often follow in sequence anyway, so it can be literally anything. And they've done as you said, done everything. So who knows? The sky's the limit. It could be anything. I think.
I'm personally hoping for Muppets Well Rested would be nice about now. That would be really good. Yes.
Okay, and then just a little bit along to Amanda.
Hi, yeah, my question's to Ricky and James. How difficult was it to work with the beauty of Miss Piggy as a constant distraction on set and filming?
I tell you, honestly.
She's right next to me.
I know.
She can't reach you.
Kind of
As she answers
embarrassing.
this.
Yeah.
Now you guys know how I feel all the time.
I want Constantine to answer this.
I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. How is it to work with Pig?
Yeah.
And their constant beauty?
I'm so distracting. I'm distracting here at the press conference.
Yeah.
They can't take their eyes off of me, can you boys?
You had to pretend to love her, didn't you, in the movie?
Yes, it was my best acting.
I had to help him out after the scene by doing this.
That is right. I knew that was going to come sometime.
Funny, it makes me think of Ty Burrell right now.
Did you have salad for lunch? You have salad for lunch? Yeah. That's what it tastes like.
Congratulations on the movie. First question is to Ricky. You know, you've hosted the Golden Globes, you've worked with a lot of leading actresses in Hollywood. How does Piggy compare to the icons you worked with?
She's a bigger diva, and she won't mind me saying that because I think she's sort of proud of it.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, to be a bigger diva talking about herself all the time.
Oh, what
Not all the time. If other people are talking about me, I'll be quiet.
Does this dress make me look fat? No, all the pies do.
And the second question to everyone is, look, you inspire a lot of, billions of people around the world. When you guys are growing up, especially you, Kermit, amongst the tadpoles, who inspired you guys growing up? Who are your big idols growing up?
Oh, I think for me it was probably Walter Brennan.
Oh.
Great American actor, yeah, Walter Brennan. Nobody has a clue who I'm talking about, do they?
One knows it.
Maybe James.
Quickly Google him.
Okay, let me try again. I think for me, I don't know. I was inspired by so many people. I had great grandparents, old frogs. Old frogs are great inspirations. I'm struggling for an answer, Ricky. Help me. Give me something funny.
Well, I'm not a Muppet, so I can't say as a Muppet what my inspiration was.
There is great safecracker named Thomas the
that's funny. That's what I need.
O'Brien. There is other. He is explosives expert. It is Tommy the Toenail Lewis.
You like Al Pacino in Godfather?
Oh, I love Al Pacino's in The Godfather Part 3.
Impression?
Yes, I can do impression of him. Famous line from a movie. I am Al Pacino, The Godfathers. I go outside, and then I gotta get back inside. Right?
Wow.
It is good, right, James?
Yeah, very good, Constantine. Well done, very good.
That's more. I think that's more cappuccino than Al Pacino, but okay.
Piggy, would you like to answer that, please?
Inspirations, idols.
Inspirations, idols.
Oh, yes. Well, I was an inspiration to everyone, of course, including myself. So, right before I go on stage or on camera, I always just look in the mirror.
And then look the other way very quickly. Yeah, and keep going.
James, as well as some great cameos, you've also got some great locations, and I wondered if the Muppets opened the doors of the Tower of London and places like that.
I think they probably did, because famously you're not allowed to film there, pretty much ever, and they've turned down everyone they've asked before, but somehow when you have the Muppets with you, you say, ask for favours, people tend to change their minds, and yeah, sure. So we actually were filming at the Tower of London for a good 3 or 4 days, that's amazing.
I had to sign so many autographs.
Yeah, Piggy sang a beautiful song there, we saw
so many pictures.
It was very popular. It was amazing. It was a really amazing experience. So maybe somewhere in the Crown Estate, maybe somewhere upstairs in the Royal Families of Muppet fans, maybe.
Oh, I think so. We've had quite a connection with the Royals. I love those people.
Question for Ricky. In 2011, you had a small role, and it was later cut. Were you disappointed when it was cut, and were you surprised they asked you back?
This would be a good time for you two to hash this out.
Kind of an accident.
It wasn't really a role. It was me turning up as myself. It was me and was it Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal, yeah, the host of the Oscars and host of the Golden Globes. It's a brilliant thing to cut.
It was it was sort of a standalone thing. So and James told me, and I agreed. You can't put it in there just because you filmed it. They film about 4 hours of this to cut down.
A lot of material in that film. So
I didn't. It's,
the great thing about James is he tells you that before you shoot the scene. We're not going to use this, but please come by. Yeah,
everyone, here we go.
Great.
Questions for Ricky. With your newfound friendship with Constantine, have you thought about perhaps orchestrating an Idiot Abroad special where you send Carl and Constantine off around?
Well, yeah, I see a lot of similarities. Little round head, and that's where the brain would be if the head didn't stop there. But I'd do anything with Constantine. I would travel the world with Constantine.
We will not go to France, though.
No, don't go to France. Do not go to France. No. Honestly, I'd host the Oscars with this guy.
All right then, let's make it happen.
Love to see that. We've got time for 2 more questions.
He's amazing.
What qualities to Constantine do you look for in a number 2?
Oh, this is a good question. You must have evil snarl, like Ricky Gervais says. You see. You must have opposable thumbs, so you can move things around. And also, library card.
Yeah.
Very important to have library card.
Yeah.
You have to check out books about, you have to check out books. And, for evil plotting.
I've got a library card. All the libraries are
Plotting, but you always make sure to return the books.
Yeah, yeah, always, yeah.
I am evil criminal. I'm not, disrespectful to.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to jail for something as simple as that.
No, of course not.
That would be horrible.
Who in the fictional world would the Muppets like to work with? For example, would you like to work with Wallace and Gromit, for example?
You know, it's tough. It's tough to choose somebody fictional because we're the only ones that aren't computer generated, you see. So they're not really there. You know, it's hard to work with them.
You could not see them at press conference.
If we were those people, ready guys? Here's what this press conference would be. They'd just be empty chairs.
Real? Okay, parts of me are not real. All right.
Yeah, but we know about those parts. She has a key on the back of her head to tighten things up.
You're weak.
And I think that's an important point actually, because as an actor, I've done Nightly Museum. Right? I've just done 3, and Ben Stiller is in it a lot, and he's in the scenes where all the animals come to life, but they're not really there. So he spends 6 weeks running around talking to a tennis ball on a stick. Whereas with these, you're acting with these guys, which is it's brilliant. I mean, it's brilliant fun, but it also makes a difference with the timing and the realism and I think the affection for it. It's real, you know.
You cannot stick your finger down tennis ball's throat.
True. You could never host the Oscars with a tennis ball. No.
What really always strikes me about all the Muppet films is the intertextual references to all different styles and different films. And for me, one of my favourite films is The Pink Panther Returns. And Ty Burrell's character in that was that really drawn from that, or what sort of
It's an
inspiration?
amalgam of every French person ever. When you have Sam the Eagle being the most patriotic American ever, you need a kind of foil for that as the most European, i.e. Frenchy French person ever. So I was very clear to him, just be as French as possible. And I said, don't worry about which region of France you're from, just be the superest Frenchest person ever. And then do that, and that works perfectly well. And so he does a great job.
He's wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you to stay seated, thank you so much for your time. Can you give a huge round of applause?
Thank you.